To another episode of Best Android Apps, applications that allow you to customize, optimize, and maximize your smartphone's potential. Let's get right into the video. First up, we have Adapticons, an application that allows you to design your own icons for your apps. So you take the original icon and you can decide a shape to go around it. You can adjust things like the size, rotation, colors, and tons of other things to completely align it with your other icons. If, for example, you've got an icon pack you really love, but for which only some of your icons have been designed for, you can do the rest. Alternatively, you can build your own from scratch. Buying the Pro version of the app allows you to take the settings you've applied to one of the icons and paste them onto the rest of them. So it's pretty seamless, and within a few minutes, you can have completely designed the way your phone looks. Number 2 is Learn in Fact. This is an app that essentially tells you lots of really interesting, really unique facts. And there are a lot of apps out there like this, but in particular I really like the way this one is presented. The entire screen is taken up by each fact, and you can flick between them by using the up and down, and then if you ever want to find out more about a particular fact or verify its source, you flick to the right and you're taken straight into the detailed webpage. The app is a really good way to become that person who knows pretty much everything you don't need to know, but that people really want to know. It's also sorted into categories because undoubtedly you are going to find some sections more interesting than others, so you can browse your own way. Then we've got Measure, and to be honest, this is one of the most simple applications I've ever featured on the channel, but it just works. It turns your phone into a, admittedly fairly small, ruler. On the plus side though, it's got a great material, flat design, and also it's completely customizable in terms of colors. And you can even randomize, which is great because in any color, it looks really, really good. On top of that, we have a thoughtful little slider here, so when you are squaring up to an object to measure it, you can actually get a more accurate reading. And as a nice cherry on top, it also lets you flick between imperial and metric units. The fourth application here is called Selfie. Now I'm not sure where the name comes from, but it is an invaluable tool for anyone that produces video on their phone. Essentially, it acts as a teleprompter. You type out a script, and then it allows you to record a video in full quality using either the front or rear camera and show you a script on screen. So if, for example, you're planning on filming a scripted vlog, some sort of review, or to be honest any video which requires you to talk, this allows you to prepare what you're going to say beforehand and make sure you don't mess it up when you're recording. And when you're done, you simply tap the tick button and it'll be saved as a standard video file. So then we've got another rather unusually named application. And this one gives you a whole load of random words you probably haven't heard of. The idea of it is that it tries to extend your vocabulary in ways that you didn't expect. You'll come across interesting words that actually will be able to fit in your standard sentences. So if you're a writer, or if you just like talking fancy to your friends, this is quite a cool app to have. Another nice touch is that you can instantly copy to clipboard, ask the application to read the words out, or share them directly from it. Number 6 is Wallpaper, a wallpaper app that is packed to the brim with not only high quality, ultra high resolution wallpapers taken by professional photographers, but also lots of information about the photos for the nerds among us. So not only do you get the wallpapers, which you can automatically set to grayscale by the way before you download them, but scrolling down a little bit you can find out everything from the camera that took them, the resolution of the photo, the f-stop, the aperture, and much more. It's quite an interesting app, lets you relate a little bit more to the wallpaper you're using. Now, battery life is probably one of the biggest problems most of us have with our smartphones, and one pretty good way to conserve it is using an application like Servicely. And the operation this performs is known as soft sleep. You simply go through a list, tap the apps that you don't use too much, and it puts them to sleep, which means that until the next time you open them, they have been completely shut down. They cannot refresh in the background, they use no Bluetooth, no data, no GPS, and therefore no battery at all. I'm willing to bet a really good proportion of you guys are users of sound profiles. For example, going out to work can automatically mute your phone, and so on and so forth. And what this app over here does is automizes that process. So by creating different states in which you define what you want all the different audio volumes to be at that point in time, you can make your phone flick between them depending on what time it is or what day. It also lets you set separate ringtones depending on what profile you're in. Next up we have one of my top 5 widgets of all time. The Huck widget works for Zupa as well as KWGT, and whilst it doesn't necessarily have a consistent design language, the amount of flexibility it offers you is crazy. We've got colourful widgets, black and white widgets, long widgets, horizontal widgets, and much more. And there are loads here. I've actually used this in a few of my customization videos to make some fun setups, flat ones, minimalistic ones. It's a good widget to give a go. So as I said at the beginning of the video, this video was sponsored by Audioblocks, and these guys have literally the largest library of about 100,000 clips, loops, music and sound effects. And the idea here is that all of these clips are completely royalty free. So once you pay the fee to join Audioblocks, something that I've actually got a membership for, you simply go onto the site, browse the entire selection, and download the actual clips you want, and you can use them in your videos without fear of being striked. Now, I'm sure you guys know I don't like sponsoring things unless I genuinely believe in the product. I have turned down a lot in the past because of this reason. But Audioblocks is something I actually use. In fact, even in this video, the background music you heard and are hearing right now was actually from Audioblocks itself. Pretty cool. So all you need to do is head over to audioblocks.com/YouTube or click the link in the description and you can actually start a 7-day free trial. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Stu the Boss, and I'm signing out.